Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well. You all are safe during this stressful times and stay home during this lockdown and support the government for this cause. So without delaying our syllabus for standard 10th, starting with a lesson which is periodic classification of elements. Now before we move further into details of this lesson, first let us understand why exactly scientists felt that the elements needed to be classified. Now earlier when the number of elements were less, it was easier for scientists to study the properties of the elements. But as the number of elements being discovered increased, it became difficult for the scientists to study the properties of each and every element. And hence they felt that the elements need to be categorized, it needs to be grouped so that their study becomes easier. Okay, so now before we go on further, let us revise few concepts. Now the first concept that I am going to discuss here is matter. Now if you see what is matter, it is anything or everything that exists around us. Okay, now the matter has been classified, or I should say it exists in three forms: elements, compounds and mixtures. So the total number of elements that exist today is 118. Now the elements are such substances which have same kind of atom. So the elements is made up of only one kind of atom, and it will contain of atom which is of similar type. Now these elements were further classified as metals, non-metals and metalloids. Now again going further into, or I should say going into detail about the atoms, we know that atom, it consists of three subatomic particles. It consists of protons which are positively charged, it contains of neutrons which has no charge on it, and it contains of electrons which are negatively charged. Discussing about its position, protons and neutrons, they are present in the nucleus, whereas the electrons, they are present in the orbits, or we can also say the electrons, they are present in the shells. Now the two more important concepts are atomic number and atomic mass number. Now atomic number, it is the number of protons or the number of electrons that is present in an atom. Coming further to atomic mass number, it is sum of protons and neutrons. It is the addition of the number of protons that is present along with the electrons. Now coming to isotope, which is very important. Now what are isotope? Isotopes are substances which have same atomic number, but it has different atomic mass number. Now why does this atomic mass number changes in isotopes? It changes because the number of neutrons, okay, in the isotopes is different. Now the very familiar example for isotopes, we can take the simpler one, which is isotopes of hydrogen. Now hydrogen, it has got three isotopes: hydrogen, deuterium and tritium. Let us see hydrogen. If you observe this diagram closely, you will see that the nucleus of all the three isotope, it has only one proton. Yes, I have written it. Okay, and it has one electron in the outermost shell. This is the nucleus and this is the shell in which the electrons are present. Now, if I come to study hydrogen, I can see there is only proton. There are no neutrons. So hydrogen, it has the atomic mass number is 1. Okay, proton, it is 1, and neutron there are no neutrons. So that is why the atomic mass number becomes 1. Because all the three isotopes are having one electron, the atomic number becomes 1 for it. Coming further to deuterium, in the nucleus you can observe there is one proton and one neutron. So if you see the atomic mass number of deuterium is 2, one proton and one neutron. Coming to tritium, it has got one proton and two neutrons, and the sum comes up to 3. So this is about isotopes. They will have same atomic number, okay, but it will have different atomic mass number. Now what is the difference, basic difference between atoms and ions? Okay, so we know atoms, they are electrically neutral. Okay, they do not have any charge on them, only because the number of protons and electrons present in them are same. Okay, they are equal in number. But what happens in ions? Ions are called as charged particles. Now how do they acquire this charge? The charge on the ion comes whenever an atom loses or it gains electron, it gets transformed into an ion. So the ions, they exist in two forms, that is positive ion and a negative ion. Positive ion, well, they are also called as cations, and negative ion, they are called as anions. Will further lessons we will see how are they going to lose the electrons, how are they going to gain electrons. But as of now, you need to remember that ions, these are charged particles. They can be positively or negatively charged. All the positive ions are called as cations and the negative ions are called as anions. You can copy this down, okay, and then we will come further. Now further, different scientists, they tried their own methods, they tried their own methodologies to classify or group the elements, to classify them. Now the two scientists that we are going to study in today's lecture is Daubernier's triad and Newland's octane. Now triads, what do we mean by triads? Okay, the triad means a group of three. Okay, now before we go further, the common thing that both the scientists have in them, okay, the scientists at that time, they arranged all the elements in increasing order of the atomic mass number. Yes, so the way you all have your roll number, जैसे roll number होते हैं, roll number 1 is first, फिर roll number 2, फिर roll number 3, ये बढ़ते जाएगा. उसी तरीके से atomic mass, जिसका atomic mass कम है वो पहले, फिर second वाला जो उसका mass थोड़ा सा और ज़्यादा, फिर और ज़्यादा, and that is called as increasing order. So जितने भी elements उस समय पे थे, उन सारे के सारे elements को arrange किया गया in increasing order of atomic mass number. Now what did this Daubernier say? Yes, triad, group of three. Again he did the same thing, सारे के सारे elements को increasing order में पहले arrange किया and then he made a group of three. Now what does this law states? His law states atomic mass of middle element of the triad was average of the atomic mass of other two elements. So for example, if I take these three elements, जैसे यहाँ मैंने लिया है lithium, sodium and potassium. So if I take the average of first and third, 6.9 and 39, अगर मैं इन दोनों elements के atomic mass number का average निकालूंगी, whatever average I get will be equivalent. जो भी आंसर मुझे मिलेगा इनके average का 6.9 and 39 का फर्स्ट और थर्ड एलिमेंट का जो भी एवरेज होगा, जो भी मीन होगा, जो वैल्यू होगी, दैट विल बी इक्वल टू द atomic mass of the middle element. That is what we have written, atomic mass of middle element. यहाँ सोडियम है, yes, was average of atomic mass of other two elements क्या है यहाँ, lithium and potassium. लिथियम और पोटेशियम के अगर हम एटॉमिक मास नंबर का एवरेज फाइंड आउट करते हैं, जो हमें एवरेज मिलेगा, द आंसर दैट वी विल गेट विल बी इक्विवेलेंट और अप्रॉक्सीमेटली टू द एटॉमिक मास नंबर ऑफ सोडियम व्हिच इज द मिडिल एलिमेंट. ओके, सो कुछ और इन्होंने ट्राई किए थे. दीज आर अदर ट्रायड्स विद दिस नाइट्रोजन, फास्फोरस एंड आर्सेनिक, कैल्शियम, स्ट्रोंशियम एंड बेरियम, क्लोरीन, ब्रोमीन एंड आयोडीन. The homework for today is going to be you all will try this out. Yes, इसे पूरा मैथमेटिकली आप कैलकुलेट करोगे कि एग्जैक्टली ये दो एलिमेंट्स फर्स्ट और थर्ड एलिमेंट का एवरेज जो है वो मिडिल एलिमेंट के एटॉमिक मास नंबर के इक्विवेलेंट या अप्रोक्सीमेट आता है या नहीं. Yes, so this is going to be your assignment. You can try this 4 triads which I have given you. Okay, अब कुछ demerits थे. Yes, now what were the demerits? Only 3 triads were recognized from the elements known at that time. उस समय, yes, डॉबर्नियर के समय जितने भी एलिमेंट्स थे उनमें से सिर्फ 3 ही ट्रायड्स फॉर्म हुए, सिर्फ 3 ही ऐसे ट्रायड्स के ग्रुप फॉर्म किए जो इस लॉ को फॉलो कर रहे थे. Other elements did not follow this law at all, and that is why this law got scrapped off. Okay, so just to revise about Daubernier, we saw that Daubernier, okay, he arranged all the elements in increasing order. सबसे पहले उन्होंने increasing order में सारे elements को arrange किया. Secondly, he made a group of 3, तीन elements का group बनाया उन्होंने. And later on, what did he find out? He said that the average of first and third, पहले और third element का जो average होगा वो equal होगा middle element यानी second element के atomic mass number से. Yes, और demerits हमें क्या मिले उनके कि only 3 triads, तीन के जो ग्रुप उन्होंने बनाए थे, only 3 triads were following this law, other elements were not following this law, and that is why this law was not applicable, or I should say couldn't be carried out further. Okay, so this is about Daubernier. I have already mentioned about the homework that you all will have today. The 4 triads I have given you: lithium, sodium, potassium, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, calcium, strontium, barium and chlorine, bromine, iodine. You are going to find out कि इनके average is equivalent or no. Okay, so this will be your assignment for today. Now coming towards Newland. Yes, Newland's octaves. Now what does octave means? It means a group of 8. Yes, so म्यूजिक में हमें पता है yes कि 7 सुर होते हैं. इट इज सा रे ग म प ध नी. एंड अगेन 8वां सुर जो है प ध नी के बाद में हम लोग देखते हैं 8वां सुर वापस से सा का आता है. राइट. सो जिस तरीके से द वे म्यूजिक के अंदर हम लोग देखते हैं कि 8 नोट रिपीट होता है. 8वां सुर जो है वो रिपीट होता है. द फर्स्ट नोट एंड द 8th नोट इज सिमिलर. पहला सुर और 8वां सुर ये सेम है. उसी तरीके से न्यूलैंड ऑल्सो सेड द प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ फर्स्ट एंड द 8th एलिमेंट आर गोइंग टू बी सिमिलर. ओके, सो ही ऑल्सो डिड द सेम थिंग. पहले सारे एलिमेंट्स को अरेंज किया इन इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर ऑफ द एटॉमिक मास नंबर एंड देन लेटर ऑन व्हाट डिड ही फाइंड आउट? He found that properties of every 8th element is similar to that of the first element. Yes, so जिस तरीके से म्यूजिकल नोट्स में फर्स्ट एंड द 8th नोट, फर्स्ट और 8वां सुर सेम होता है, उसी तरीके से न्यूलैंड के ऑक्टेव्स के अंदर देखा गया द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ फर्स्ट एलिमेंट एंड द 8th एलिमेंट आर गोइंग टू बी सिमिलर. यस, तो एग्जांपल में हम लोग ले सकते हैं कि लिथियम एंड सोडियम इन दोनों की प्रॉपर्टीज वर फाउंड टू बी सिमिलर. देन व्हाट वर द लिमिटेशंस? यस, क्यों हम लोग ये लॉ फॉलो नहीं कर रहे? व्हाट वर द डीमेरिट्स ऑफ इट और लिमिटेशंस? फर्स्ट थिंग, it was applicable only up to calcium. Now the interesting thing to know about this, Newland के टाइम पे there were total 56 एलिमेंट. ओके, now out of that 56 एलिमेंट सिर्फ कैल्शियम तक ये लॉ फॉलो हो रहा था. कैल्शियम was the 17th एलिमेंट. यस, तो सिर्फ 17th एलिमेंट तक ये लॉ फॉलो हो रहा है. आफ्टर कैल्शियम none of the elements are following this law. ठीक है. Now properties of newly discovered elements did not fit into the law of octaves. Now this fellow Newland, what did he think? He thought कि सिर्फ 56 elements are only going to remain. आगे किसी नए एलिमेंट की डिस्कवरी नहीं होने वाली है. Yes, so now जो भी नए एलिमेंट्स डिस्कवर हो रहे थे, the elements which were newly discovered, they were not getting fit into Newland's law of octaves, or they were not following this law. Yes, so that was his second demerit. Another, to fit all the existing 56 एलिमेंट. 56 एलिमेंट्स थे उनके टाइम पे. 56 के 56 एलिमेंट्स को एक ही टेबल में ऑक्यूपाई करने के लिए व्हाट ही डिड इज, एक ही पोजीशन पे दो अलग अलग एलिमेंट्स को उन्होंने वहां पोजीशन दे दी. फॉर एग्जांपल, I cannot ask a 5th standard child and a 10th standard child to sit together. It is of no use. 5th standard वाले को कुछ भी नहीं समझ में आने वाला. It is of no use to that child, right? So यहाँ इन्होंने क्या किया, ऐसे दो एलिमेंट जिनकी प्रॉपर्टीज कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट थी. Now the example that I gave, the IQ level, और I should say जो सिलेबस है 5th स्टैंडर्ड के बच्चे का कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट होगा. 10th स्टैंडर्ड औलाद है, तुम्हारा सिलेबस एकदम अलग है. इज देयर एनी यूज और एनी बेनिफिट ऑफ दैट 5th स्टैंडर्ड चाइल्ड सिटिंग इनटू योर क्लास? नन. सिमिलरली यहाँ भी दो ऐसे एलिमेंट जिनकी प्रॉपर्टीज बिल्कुल सिमिलर नहीं थी, उन्होंने वो उनको सेम पोजीशन पे दे दिया. सो जस्ट पुट इट ओवर हियर. टू फिट ऑल द एग्जिस्टिंग 56 एलिमेंट्स थे उनके टाइम पे, वो सारे के सारे 56 एलिमेंट्स को एक ही टेबल के अंदर अकोमोडेट करने के लिए 2 एलिमेंट्स विद कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट प्रॉपर्टीज, जिनकी प्रॉपर्टीज एकदम डिफरेंट थी, उन्होंने उनको सेम पोजीशन पे रख दिया. यस, एंड द लास्ट थिंग, उनके टाइम पे नोबल गैसेस डिस्कवर नहीं हुए थे, लेकिन फिर भी उनके लिए कोई प्रोविजन नहीं कर रखा था, कोई ऐसी सहूलियत नहीं कर रखी थी कि whenever the noble gases will get discovered, उनको हम वहाँ accommodate कर सकें. Okay, so these were his limitations. Exam point of view, Newland's octave is an important topic. इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है, स्पेशली द लिमिटेशन वाला पार्ट. ओके, सो जस्ट टू सम अप अबाउट टुडेज लेक्चर. ओके, हम लोगों ने शुरुआत करी मैटर की डेफिनेशन से, दैट मैटर इज एनीथिंग दैट इज एग्जिस्टिंग. वो 3 फॉर्म्स में एग्जिस्ट करता है, एलिमेंट्स, कंपाउंड्स एंड मिक्सचर्स के फॉर्म में. एलिमेंट्स क्या होते हैं? वी हैड सीन दैट इट विल कंटेन सेम टाइप ऑफ एटम्स. उसके अंदर हर एक एलिमेंट, व्हाटएवर एलिमेंट इट विल हैव सेम काइंड ऑफ एटम्स इनटू इट. वी also went into detail of atoms, wherein we saw atoms has got 3 subatomic particles: protons, electrons, neutrons. We spoke about their charges, we spoke about their positions. 2 important definitions हम लोगों ने देखी, atomic mass number and atomic number. Atomic number we just saw, it is number of protons or electrons. Atomic mass number we went into कि it is sum of protons and neutrons. The concept that we got more into detail was about isotopes. Yes, so isotopes ऐसे substances रहते हैं कि जिनका atomic number same होगा but atomic mass number different होगा. Different इसलिए होगा क्योंकि number of neutrons change हो रहे हैं. We saw the isotopes of hydrogen, deuterium, tritium, right? Okay, we saw what is the difference between atom and an ion. Yes, ions are charged particles whereas atoms are neutral. Okay, we saw how these different scientists they try to classify it. So the first step you need to remember always is they arranged all the existing elements of that time in increasing order of their atomic masses. We saw Dauber here, he had grouped it into 3. We saw Newland, he had grouped it into 8. Yes, the assignment for today is going to be to find the I should say the average or whether this elements, this triad group is following the law or not. Okay.
Can you give one example?
Yes. So I'll just solve one example so that you all get into detail. So for how are you going to solve it? For example, if I take this, yes, so you can write it as atomic mass of lithium plus atomic mass of the third element, which is potassium, yes, divided by 2. Yes, if I solve this, it is going to be 6.9 plus 39 divided by 2. So if I see, so don't confuse this point with this. यहाँ point 0 रहेगा, right? Okay, so if I just see it, yes, it is 39.0. Yes, it is 6.9. Yes, this is going to be 9. This is going to be 15, and it is 45.9. Yes, so I have here 45.9 upon 2. Now if I divide this, yes, this is 2's. Okay, this is again going to be 2, and this is going 2.9. Yes, so the answer that I get is 22.9. Is this approximately nearby to this 23? Yes, so this is how the law of triad you are going to observe it. Yes, so हम लोग यहाँ देख रहे हैं कि it is not exactly 23 but it is थोड़ा सा point decimal के अंदर difference है. You need to see exactly कितना difference इन सारे examples के अंदर you are going to find out. Okay, so this is the assignment for today. So signing off. See you tomorrow again. Take care. Bye bye.